Hello again, welcome back. Yes, we're in assessment for HL students. I assume you are HL student. And we are going to practice reading comprehension, part of paper 2, Receptive Skills. Totally, you're going to have 1 hour during assessment, 1 hour for 3 texts, 3 readings. And give an average of 20 minutes for each. You need to allocate your time, something like 3 to 4 minutes for understanding questions. The rest, just scanning the text and answering the questions and double checking and everything. Here on this lesson, we are going to do the readings one by one after another. However, for listening and reading during the assessment, your time is just on your own and you're presented with readings and then questions and answers. So it's not one by one. Maybe you go through all 3 and then come back and check them based on your technique. And here it's quite a long video compared to other previous videos. So I suggest you just stay tuned with me and don't get tired, don't get bored and none of these things. And let's get started. Okay, you ready? And by the way, I'm told that because the separate texts are available for you in a separate file to download. And I'm told that there is in the caption part of the video, there is a button that you can click. It says show PDF file. Then from there you download the PDF file. There is a PDF file. The name is Unit 8.2 HL Text D, E, and F. So download that file. You can print it out or you can just use it however you are more comfortable. Let's start. Here, reading 1, text D. Which words go in the gaps 23 to 31 in text D? So as you can see, the text, there are some parts of the text that are missing, some words taken out, and there are numbers in it, 23 to 31. So you are going to fill those blank spaces with these words that are here. Words are more than necessary, so some words are not going to be used, and pay attention to close meaning words. So the words are drive, reinforce, adjust, accommodate for, resort to, fetch, confront, gather, face, threatens, provide for, optimize, transition, harm, strengthen, and offer. And as we practiced before, sometimes you need to use a little adjusted version of the word. For example, here, of course, it's threatens, but if you, during the assessment, you see threaten, and then it's for he or she, then you should say threatens. Okay, take your time, absorb the questions, understand everything, go, read the reading, read the text, answer the questions, and come back. Very well. Let's check the answers together. 23 was reinforce, then face, provide for, resort to, threatens, fetch, optimize, transition, and derive. The words adjust, accommodate for, confront, gather, harm, strengthen, and offer were extra. I don't think you need any more explanation. The text and the words are quite explanatory itself, matching, no extra explanation needed. Now we are going to do another activity or another set of questions for the same text. So be advised, this time you may have less time, you can give yourself less time. In total, just practice to spend maximum, not even 1 minute, more than 20 minutes on each So here are the questions. These are questions that you need to give complete answers to. Answer questions 32 to 35 in complete sentences. 32. Why has the author included the phrase, "It is the young trees that make up a forest, and a wise farmer knows to invest in planting them while he can"? It refers to something. You can find it. 33. Why does the author's heart sink when she sees the pots and foot warmers in the computer laboratory of the school? I think you remember because you read already. And why? Why is it so disturbing or upsetting? 34. Why are families bigger than they used to be in many sub-Saharan African homes? There is one reason. It's in the same paragraph, a little bit before. 35. What hardships are often endured by teenage girls living outside urban areas? 2 marks, which means 2 reasons. And you should really emphasize that. Reason 1 is this, reason 2 is this. So take your time a little bit, go and find the answers and come back. Amazing, you're here with the answers. Let's check them together. First one, why the author says this thing? The phrase suggests that people should invest in the youth if they are to prosper in the future. So basically, you had to somehow explain, interpret the phrase. Why does the author's heart sink when she sees those things? Because it suggests that they value homemaking over computer skills. You don't need to exactly write these answers word by word. It's a sample answer. You can say because it suggests that they don't pay that much attention to computer skills as they do to homemaking or tasks at home or house chores or something like that. Why are families bigger now? Because fertility rates are higher than they used to be in poor homes, and infant mortality rates have gone down. So we can say they are less. More fertility rate, less mortality rates. And again, just answer the questions. There is no need for exact evidence, quote unquote, from the text. What hardships are often endured by teenage girls living outside urban areas? 2. Adverse cultural practices like female genital mutilation and lack of access to menstrual hygiene products are experienced by girls who grow up. You can put it as in a sentence like this. You can just name them in 2 different points, like point 1, point 2, or hardship 1, 2, like that. So now, you're tired, you're not? Amazing. Let's go for the second reading. Text E. I'm not going to read the questions. These are true-false questions. You just find if the statement is true or false and then justify based on the text. So, just look at the questions, absorb them, go find the answers, and come back. Don't spend more than 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes, okay? Very good. You're back. So let's check the answers together. The amount of litter in the seabed around Britain had increased steadily in the years before 2016, according to the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA. That's false. Why? The key word is steadily. It wasn't steadily. The rise in 2016 was the first after 3 years of reduction. So it wasn't steady. It went down, then it raised. Because of delays, DEFRA has not been able to publish their findings on the environment. False. In the text you read, DEFRA has not been able to take action, or because of the delays, they're delaying in taking action anyways. It's not about publishing. They publish, but they don't do anything about it. Almost 78% of the litter is plastic, 6.3, rubber, 2.7, metal, according to the data published by the Department of Environment and so on. So it was false. 38, Hugo Tackle says that people have seen a steady increase again of single-use plastic materials washing up in the tide line around the UK. Is false. They are seeing more and more plastic in the tide line, particularly single-use plastic, which has grown exponentially in the last 2 decades, not steadily. Exponentially means just suddenly burst into becoming a lot and a lot and a lot. 39, Hugo Tackle thinks that the government should regulate businesses and supermarkets with regards to their impact on the environment. Yes, it's true. Actually, you don't need any text for that to be true. Tackle called for taxes and policy changes to increase recycling and reduce business and supermarket use of single-use plastic. Okay, now we are going to have second set of questions for the same text. Now answer these questions in complete sentences. Read the questions, find the answers, come back fast. Very well. Okay, now you have the answers. Let's check them together. How, according to Hugo, is the plastic problem different from the problem of climate change? He feels that the plastic problem, unlike climate change, is still in its early stages and can therefore be reversed. It takes a lot of space, but you can take exact sentences. How does Natalie Fee feels about the role of supermarkets and the government in changing people's habits? She feels that supermarkets and the government could be more proactive in helping people to make the right choices. But people should not have to rely on them for change. They also need to do their part. 42. Why might the problem of plastic waste become worse in the near future? Because the production of plastics is expected to double in the next 20 years. And last one, besides polluting the sea, how else has plastic had an adverse effect on human activity? Besides polluting the sea, plastic and other litter have damaged fishing equipment. There you have it. And I can see through the camera and screen that you're still sharp and you can continue for the next reading. That's great. Okay, text F. There are many questions. Like, I don't know how many. 12, I think. Yes. So these are 12 questions. We're going to answer complete answers to the questions. Complete answers doesn't mean then repeat the question in the answer. Just don't say yes, no, or don't say just one word or 2 words. Okay, so you can go and take your time, not that much, and find the answers and come back. Great. Shall we check the answers together? Yes? Let's go. Answer the following questions. To whom does the word they refer in the last line of the opening paragraph? The word they in the last line of the opening paragraph refers to the historians. Previous sentence or one before that, they said historians, blah, 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 so they. Why do this lady that has a very hard name to pronounce? Guillotin, it's a Scottish name. Why do Guillotin or the family congregate around the old range in the kitchen? All of them. They congregate around the old range in the kitchen to keep warm. That's it. Why are Guillotin and Arwen reluctant to talk about their relationship with the landlord? In the text you read, they are reluctant to talk about their relationship with the landlord because they are dependent on his goodwill. It means that they are not paying that much rent because they can't afford it. So the landlord is being kind on them. They cannot say this and they cannot tell it to others because it causes problem. So you can explain it in your own words, but in a complete way, not this long. What does the phrase fail to make ends meet mean in the context of this story? Actually, it means the same thing everywhere. The phrase fail to make ends meet in the context of this story means that Gwyneth and Aaron have had more financial costs than income. In general, this phrase, this expression means not being able to pay for your living costs. Next, 48. With an oversupply of sheep, why has the price of mouton not gone down in the supermarkets? You know, based on, if you studied in economics, your economics subject, supply and demand. So when you have more supply, the prices should go down. Why? Despite the laws of supply and demand, you don't need to write this explanation in the parentheses, which should make mouton cheap when there is no oversupply of sheep. The price of mouton is high because the supermarket chains are powerful and can ask whatever they want from consumers. Again, you can make your own sentences, but it should have the same meaning. Don't miss anything in your sentence making, in your versions. 49. Why does Aaron Jones feel that he is being made a fool of? He feels that the supermarkets are making a fool of him for not giving him a fair price for his sheep. They are lying to him about their costs. What has changed in the 10 years since Aaron and Gulethin began sheep farming? 10 years before this story, when they became sheep farmers, the prices of meat were relatively stable. Now it's increasing every day. 51. Why does Aaron feel like a failure? He feels like a failure because he receives family credit of £104 a week. It exactly says in the text, so there is nothing to explain more for you. 52. Why is Gwyneth not consoled by the idea that other farmers are in the same position across Britain, because it doesn't take away from the fact that her husband is overworked? 53. Why does she think that her husband will not manage well in the future? She's worried that her husband will not be able to physically handle the strain of working on the farm when he's older. Again, you can make your own sentences. Here, just the message should go through. If you use simple words, if you use very high register words, it's not writing. It's answer to reading, so that's fine. What reasons does Gulethin give for not getting a job? She gave 2 reasons. 1, she wants to be home for her children. In general, you can say, because she said when they come back, when they go and everything, so we can just summarize it into she wants to be home for her children, and she has responsibilities on the farm, like watching the cow that is calving, which means raising it and being pregnant and giving birth to a calf. And last one, why has Gulethin signed up for a computer course anyway? She signed up for a computer course to gain skills that could help her seek a job, which she may have to do for financial reasons. She's resisting, but maybe in the future she has to do it. So that was it. If you stayed with me all throughout the video, I'm very proud of you. If you didn't, I'm still proud of you. It doesn't matter. Great. You did a good job. See you in the next video. Take care.